We're here with the new music director and conductor of the Duluth Superior Symphony Orchestra, and we want to welcome you, Dirk Meyer, to the playlist.
Thanks for having me, Karen. Thank you.
So you wear two hats with the symphony. One is music director, the other conductor. Put your music director hat on and tell me what that job is and how you approach that in this community.
Interesting question. Never really thought about that, but of course you're right. Those are two different jobs, if you want. I guess the music director job has a lot to do with representing the symphony and the organization within the community. So it has a lot to do with meeting people, getting the word out that there is a symphony orchestra that is worth coming to, and of course also fundraising and all these fun things, being involved in marketing and all these kind of more administrative things, I would say, are under that music director head.
Does that include setting out what the program is for the year? Do you get to be involved in that, or is that this is my taste?
The actual programs, yes, that is all mine, of course, but that is more under the conductor head, I would say, because that's a real musician's job, a real conductor's job, to sit down and think about what would be good to play, what repertoire would I like to play. And of course, it's very important to think about what repertoire would be good for the orchestra, for this particular orchestra, and what repertoire would be good for this particular community.
There's a lot of things to balance there.
There are a lot of things to balance in that, yes, absolutely.
So your concertmaster, Erin Aldridge, her words describing your conducting are exciting and musical. How does that feel?
That feels very good. That's a nice compliment. Those are probably, if you would ask any conductor what they would want to hear from a musician, at least for me, those would be the two that I would love to hear. So I'm flattered.
And when it comes to building on assets that you're already picking up, what do you see as the building blocks that you have to work with within the symphony orchestra?
Well, really, I think the greatest asset that this orchestra has, from my experience of the 6, 7, 8 concerts that I've done so far with them, is there's fantastic musicians in this orchestra. Really, there's a lot of talent in this orchestra. And I've always been a believer, if you want, in an orchestra should consist of top-notch musicians and individuals that have real musical personalities. And some people think, well, it's an orchestra, they create one sound, so you don't necessarily want to have everybody play so individually and with such personality, but I always thought that the opposite is better. I want this personality, and I want them all to play exactly like they think it should go, and then we'll try to form it into one homogeneous whole.
And are you after the sound that you hear, or is it after the sound that you think the composer intended? Whose sound are you actually trying for?
Well, I think sound is a very personal issue, or not issue, but it's a matter of taste. So I certainly have a sound that I like and a sound that I try to get out of an orchestra. Then, of course, it also has to do with the composer. So when you play a Mozart piece, your sound that you want is probably going to be significantly different from if you play The Rite of Spring by Igor Stravinsky. And also then the third aspect is, what sound does the orchestra already have? And I think it is absolutely important as a conductor to open your ears and see what do they give first, and how do you like it? And if you want to change something, then take it from there. But don't just try to force your sound onto whatever is happening. Just work with what you have and see how that sounds. It might not be what you thought it would be, but maybe it's even better than what you thought it would be.
Dirk Meyer, good luck on your first year and the years beyond.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.